The grape harvest is entering its busiest period. Workers are paid by what they pick. The maximum they can earn is about 20 euros a day, and that's not very much even here in Chile. A foreman tallies the day's totals for each worker. Claudio Antonio de la Rey is one of the fastest. He's a local man and used to play in the vineyards as a child. Antonio says he doesn't drink much wine. He prefers beer, but he doesn't have time to chat. Time is money here. The San Pedro vineyard is 300 kilometres south of Santiago. At 1,200 hectares, it's one of the biggest in the country. Raúl Runkhaus runs the agricultural side of the business. For the past 2 years, he's been developing more environmentally conscious methods. For example, with irrigation.
We've introduced a more modern irrigation system. We now know how much water we need and when. This centralized system means we have cut our electricity bill by almost 6%.
In the past, they watered the vines by hand. Now the job's automated. And here's another improvement. The vineyard's own wastewater treatment system. The water gets used twice here. And that saves about 300 litres per plant per year.
Almost everybody makes wine nowadays. If we want to compete in this global market, we have to produce more cheaply.
Here in the wine cellar, these machines cool or warm the must depending on the stage of fermentation. Roberto Troncoso Diaz is the head engineer.
The old engines used to lose a lot of energy in the form of waste heat. The newer ones utilize that heat. So they're a lot more efficient.
The heat exchanging technology allows the vineyard to save a lot of electricity. And that's important in a country which finds it hard to meet demand. 40% of Chile's power is hydroelectric. But Chile buys expensive oil, coal and gas to generate the rest. Pollution was not a big issue in Chile in the past. But that is beginning to change. Winemakers know that using less energy means emitting less carbon dioxide. Valparaiso is home to the biggest port in Chile. The energy-saving methods in the vineyards were developed at the university here, with the help of the German International Cooperation Agency, the GIZ. The project manager hopes that his ideas for environmental protection will resonate elsewhere.
Chile has started applying these methods. It's not just about buying new machines to replace the old ones. It's an integrated approach. Everyone has to take part, the winemakers and the workers in the vineyards. We've put a lot of work into it, and we're right in the thick of it. Chile could be a model for other countries.
200 kilometres away, the vineyard Tarapaca is using other ideas to save energy. For example, these lamps. Sunlight is collected through the glass domes on the roof and channeled to the cellar where the wine needs it for its first stage of maturing. They used to use electric lamps.
In our country, we don't have a lot of fossil fuels, and we don't generate much power. We depend on oil and coal imports and gas. All we have in Chile is hydropower. Chile is very vulnerable as far as energy goes. The price of a kilowatt hour of energy has shot up over the past year.
Both vineyards have spent years looking for ways of saving energy. The project aims at sharing findings and experiences. That's because small winemakers may not be able to afford to develop new methods by themselves and have to learn from the bigger companies like the Tarapaca winemakers. A wine tasting in the cellar. The fact that the vineyard is looking for greener production methods attracts visitors from near and far. A positive image that may boost sales.
Yes, I believe that there's a growing awareness on the market for the way the wine is produced. It's not just about selling the product. But we do have a big advantage because we've already taken this step and can score points with it.
With 300 vineyards in Chile alone looking for a share of the global market, everyone is looking for a unique selling point. Once the late harvest grapes are in, work can begin on the 2011 vintage.